Jimmy Kimmel breaks silence, returns to social media after ABC suspension. After a week-long, controversial suspension that sparked a national debate over free speech, media pressure, and political influence, Jimmy Kimmel has broken his silence and returned to social media. His return to Instagram with a poignant post preceded the announcement that his late-night show, Jimmy Kimmel Live, would be reinstated by ABC. The suspension and controversy. The suspension of Jimmy Kimmel Live began last Wednesday after Kimmel made comments in a monologue regarding the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Kimmel's remarks, in which he suggested that the mega gang was trying to capitalize on Kirk's death and portray the alleged killer as anything other than one of them, ignited a firestorm of criticism from conservative media, political figures, and a number of ABC affiliates. The decision to pull the show was reportedly a result of immense pressure from broadcasting giants like Nexstar and Sinclair, which own hundreds of ABC-affiliated stations. These companies publicly stated that Kimmel's comments were offensive and insensitive and announced they would not air his show. The controversy escalated when Federal Communications Commission (FCC) Chairman Brendan Carr weighed in, calling Kimmel's comments truly sick and suggesting that networks could face repercussions for airing such content. This fueled a broader discussion about whether the government was attempting to censor a late-night host for his political commentary, a concern echoed by free speech advocates and even some Republican figures like Senator Ted Cruz. Kimmel's return and social media post. For nearly a week, Jimmy Kimmel remained publicly silent, staying off social media and leaving his show's fate uncertain. However, on Tuesday, the day of his scheduled return to television, he broke his silence on Instagram. Kimmel posted a photograph of himself with the late television producer and free speech advocate Norman Lear, who passed away in late 2023. The caption "Missing this guy today" was widely interpreted as a pointed message to his critics and a quiet defense of his right to free expression. Norman Lear was a well-known liberal activist and a vocal champion of the First Amendment, making Kimmel's post a clear statement on the values at the heart of the recent controversy. The show's reinstatement. ABC, which is owned by Disney, announced on Monday that it had lifted the suspension, stating that Jimmy Kimmel Live would return to the air on Tuesday. In a statement, the network said it had thoughtful conversations with Kimmel over the past few days and decided to bring the show back, acknowledging that some of his initial comments were ill-timed and thus insensitive. While ABC and Disney have reinstated the show, the resolution is not without complications. Several local affiliates, including those owned by Nexstar, have stated they will continue to preempt Jimmy Kimmel Live and replace it with local news or other programming. This means that while the show is officially back in production and available on Disney's streaming services, it may not be accessible to all viewers on traditional broadcast television. The suspension and subsequent return of Jimmy Kimmel's show have become a major talking point in the media landscape, with fellow late-night hosts like Stephen Colbert expressing relief and concern over what the incident could mean for the future of political satire and free speech in the United States.